And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Post Oak Little League Minors Semifinal game number 2. Tonight, it's the Hot Rods against the TinCaps as they get ready to go. My name is Merle Berkshire, and Gentry Williams, our producer. The second semifinal of the night. And swinging on the first pitch is Everett Cyrus, and we are underway for strike one. Riders went on the air. Second camera blinked out, so we're working to get that one restored. Going single camera for now. It's Everett Cyrus. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So Cyrus aboard, and that'll bring up Bleak Hockner, the catcher.
It's connected now, it's just the camera's not popping up. Maybe we have to give it a second. Try to turn it off and on, maybe?
The Hockner, the catcher. The runner on first base and takes the first pitch outside, ball one. We'll give the defense a set here when we can. And that one popped up into foul territory. Drifting over is the first baseman. And making the catch is Trip Harper for out number one. So one away runner first baseman. That'll bring up Charlie Dean. As we got our second camera back, thanks to Sooner Vincout, our technical director, without whom half our broadcast wouldn't get on the air, and I'm only saying that partially tongue-in-cheek. As Charlie Dean steps in and looks at the first pitch for ball one. Everett Casas, Dino Dwyer, Johnny Goodrum, the outfield left to right. 1-0 pitch. Foul back to the screen, strike one. Infield third to first, Connor Simmons, Everett Wolcott, Ryan Swinback, Trip Harper. Matthew McFall behind the plate, and Dylan Freeman, the pitcher, for the TinCaps. That ball lifted to left field. That's going to drop in front for a base hit, so runners at first and second. As Dean, with the second hit of the inning, advances Cyrus up to second base. One out runners at first and second for Josh Ernest, the second baseman for the Hot Rods. This is the Minors Semifinal number 2. The winner of this one will take on the Mighty Muscles. As that pitch in there for call strike one. The Muscles defeating the Lugnuts 12-2 in 4 innings in the early game. You can check out the replay of that one on Vype.com. So the winner of this one will meet the winner of that one on Championship Sunday. Move back to Sunday night because of the weather. The pitch up high, ball one to Josh Ernest. One out, runners at first and second. 6-inning games if you're not used to Little League Baseball. One pitch, and that one drops into for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The other major difference, 12 guys will bat, 9 will play defense. Although in the case of the TinCaps, they only have 11 guys here tonight. So that one gets back to the backstop. Both runners are going to move up. So runners at second and third, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just underway here in game number 2. They're in the second inning of the major semifinal number 2 on the field behind us. No score between the Astros and the Dodgers. That one popped up left side, giving chase, and that's a foul ball out of the reach. The count remained 2-2. The winner of that game between the Astros and the Dodgers will also advance to the championship game on Sunday night against the Pirates for the prize in the Majors division. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that's in there for strike one. Oh, strike 3, pardon me, I looked away. Ernest has struck out. So 2 away for Alex Sweetland. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Good pitch in the call, strike one. Dylan Freeman doing a good job getting that first pitch in there for a strike, getting ahead of the hitter. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, couldn't catch up with this strike two. The sun mercifully about to set beyond the left field foul pole. Temperature down in the mid-80s now. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. So in the inning for the Hot Rods, no runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base, and we would go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Hot Rods, nothing. And the TinCaps coming up. It'll be Freeman, Everett, Wolcott, and Matthew McFall due up. Hot Rods came in as the number 6 seed after the regular season with a record of 9 wins, 7 losses, and a tie. They received a first round bye, defeated the Grasshoppers 4-2, and defeated the Red Wings 3-1 to make it here to the semifinal contest. The TinCaps, the number 2 seed in the minors division with a record of 12-3-1. They also received the first round bye, defeated the River Dogs 7-5 in their playoff opener, and defeated the Hooks 6-1 in their third round matchup. And both these teams trying to punch their ticket to the championship game against the number 1 seed Mighty Muscles on Sunday night. That one, I believe, will be 5 o'clock. The Majors Championship game will be at 7 o'clock. Gentry Williams, our producer, and I will be over at the Pee Wee Field for the Pee Wee semifinals on Sunday night. Those are scheduled for Friday night, but they're pushed back to Sunday because of all the rain. So they'll play their semifinals on Sunday night. We'll have both of those games for you. And then the championship game on Monday for the Pee Wees. And the juniors, who've had their entire week pushed back, that was predetermined. They'll start their tournament next week as well. Going to the third inning in the Majors contest, still no score between the Dodgers and the Astros. Pirates defeated the Astros in the game that we did here. I believe it was on Monday night. It was supposed to be on Sunday. We got here. It was raining. We turned around, went home. Got here Sunday. All the scaffolds got knocked over by the squall that came through. I was on the one out in center field at the time. That was a lot of fun. But got the game in as the Pirates defeated the Astros to send them to this losers bracket championship game / semifinal number 2 against the Dodgers. I guess I shouldn't talk about being on top of scaffolding that got knocked over when I know my mom was listening, huh? Probably not a good idea. My wife wasn't real pleased by that story either. Technically, mine didn't fall over. The other two that were unmanned did. Mine rocked up against the fence a couple of times, but the fence kept it from dumping over. I got down very quickly, however. So here's Dylan Freeman to step it in, starting pitcher, trying to help his own cause here to get things started for the TinCaps. And swung on, lifted foul up against the screen, strike 1. No balls and a strike. Off speed, up high, overhead, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Freeman. Going behind him, and actually it hit him. So Freeman hit by a pitch. He'll trot down to first base, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Everett Wolcott. Defense for the Hot Rods. The lineup was a little shaky, but it looks like Thomas Weathers at third base, William Gorder at first base, as that one lifted out of play to the left side, strike 1. Second baseman is Josh Ernest, and number 00 is the shortstop. That is Charlie Dehan, which is not what they had on the lineup that they gave me. One ball, 1 strike to Wolcott. 1-1 pitch. Misses inside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Everett Cyrus, the starting pitcher for the Hot Rods. Behind the count, 2 balls and a strike to Wolcott. Oh, a line shot into the glove of the third baseman. They're going to double him up. A 5-3 double play. Make sure that is Thomas Weathers. No, that was Deerham. So Deerham is over at third base. Made a beautiful stab of that line drive. Plucked it off of shoe tops. Fired it over to Gardner. To double up Freeman. 2 outs, bases empty for Matthew McFall. Slow roll to the left side. Bare hand pickup and no play. It'll be an infield single for McFall. So runner at first base with 2 away for Trip Harper. Great play by Charlie Dean on the line drive. That's a ground ball. Past Dean out in the left field for a base hit. And holding up at second base is McFall. So a 2-out rally here for the TinCaps. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Dean Dwyer, the center fielder. First pitch to Dwyer popped up and foul ball. Back to the screen, strike 1. So Charlie D hit at third. Avery Rutherford is a shortstop. Josh Ernest at second base. William Gorder at first base is the infield for the Hot Rods, at least for this inning. 1 ball and a strike now to Dwyer. 1-1 pitch. That ball ripped a line shot again. Caught by the shortstop, Avery Rutherford. Some nice defense by the Hot Rods. Some hard hit baseball by the TinCaps. And at the end of the day, the inning is over. So no runs, 2 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We play through 1. We'll go to the second. Still no score here in this minor division semifinal number 2 between the Hot Rods and the TinCaps. And it'll be 6, 7, 8 hitters due up here for the Hot Rods. William Gorder, Avery Rutherford, and Thomas Weathers. Hard to believe this is our 6th year coming out here broadcasting this Post-Oak Little League games here on the Vype Live Network. Vype acquiring K-Max Sports. This is where I got my start in the summer of 2018. And as that was going on, that was the first year that we came out here to do the championship games. We just did the championship games for the first 4 years, I think. I think last year was the first year that we did semifinals as well, which ramped up the difficulty level considerably. But good to get some more airtime for some of these young men and women. Broadcasting the semifinals and the championship games in all 4 divisions for the 2nd straight year. Went off like clockwork last year because Mother Nature cooperated. She has been in a mood this spring. Again, my name is Merle Bertrand, Vype Live Broadcast Director. Gentry Williams, our producer this afternoon. I know Gentry's looking forward to football this fall. Oh, yeah. It'll be here before you know it. So here's William Gorder stepping in. And the first pitch to Gorder, that's in there for a call, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike now. One pitch. Slow roll to the right side. And the throw to first in time. Wow, that was a good play by Dylan Freeman, I didn't think that there was any way the way that ball died. It was basically a swinging bunt right in front of the mound. Dylan Freeman got to it, kind of slipped. The glass probably still a little bit wet, but threw a strike to Trip Harper. And the 1-3 putout retires Gorder for out number 1. That'll bring up Avery Rutherford. Pitch inside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Rutherford. Give a shout out again to my mom, tuned in to this game number 2 from the great state of Illinois. One ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch. That's in it for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. As I mentioned in the first game, I'm Norman, the voice of the Austin Vandergrift Vipers. So my mom has been tuning into all of our broadcasts for football, basketball, and baseball. 1 strike here to Rutherford. Swung on foul tip, strike 2. I'm flipping around watching a USFL game one night, getting some work done. And who do I see as a quarterback for the New Jersey Generals but Dakota Prukop, who is Vandergrift's first ever high school quarterback when the program started back in 2010. In there, called strike 3. And Rutherford is out on strikes for out number 2. So that was pretty cool to see that. 2 outs, bases empty as Thomas Weathers steps in. Two outs, bases empty for Weathers. Oh, and that one plunked him right on top of the helmet. So Weathers will trot down to first base, hit by pitch. 2 outs, runner at first for Stuart Carey. Outfielder for the Hot Rods. Should have been our technical director running around like a proverbial chicken with her head cut off to get both these broadcasts up this afternoon. Both are up and running now, and I think she's a little bored, Gentry. She's coming over here asking us if we need food, and the pitch down low, ball 1 to Carey. Thank you to Ryan and Alex, our camera operators, giving you these pretty pictures here. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I noticed before they climbed up on the scaffold, they took the Allen wrenches to them to make sure that they were in one piece after taking a spill a couple of nights ago. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Carey. Runner at first, 2 out. The 1-2 pitch. In the call, strike 3. Wow. Another strikeout. That is 4 already out of the 6 batters, or 6 outs of the inning for Dylan Freeman. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Runner to left on base. The hit batter didn't do any harm. And we will go to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Still no score here in this Minors Division semifinal number 2. So in the bottom of the 2nd for the TinCaps, it will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Actually turned into a pleasant night here. 200 feet to the left field foul pole and the right field foul pole. I see the same marker on the right field power alley. Famous Priest Ballpark in Houston off of San Felipe. A 4-field complex, beautiful facilities, all grass and dirt the way God meant baseball to be played. One little quirk is, I mentioned it on Monday night, the outfield is literally well, there's like a ridge from the infield dirt from the fringe. It drops down about a foot. And then it just kind of keeps tailing all the way to the wall. It probably helps with the drainage, but that's pretty profound drop-off on all the fields. They're going to the fourth inning in the Majors game. Still no score between the Dodgers and the Astros. Astros winning the Majors division last year, if my memory serves correct. I only know that because our boss, Shane Hildreth, was one of the coaches of the Astros. As Everett Casas steps in to lead it off. Casas, Goodrum, and Simmons do up here for the TinCaps. We go to the bottom half of the second inning, no score. First pitch from Everett Cyrus. One hops up to the plate, ball one. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. One ball, one strike. One pitch. That one. Oh, a diving catch. A throw to first. I think it was a catch anyway. Oh, he beat it out. I thought it was a great catch by the shortstop Rutherford. But it was a one-hopper, and Everett Casas is able to beat the throw to first base, so he's aboard on the infield single. Great effort there by Rutherford. Just couldn't quite come up and get to his feet in time, and that'll bring up Johnny Goodrum. And the first pitch misses up high, ball one. So an infield single for Casas with nobody out. That one fouled off the foot. That stings. One ball, one strike. One ball, one strike. Pop foul and making the catch up against the screen. Nicely done by the catcher, Lee Hockner, for out number one. So Goodrum fouls out. That'll bring up Connor Simmons with one out and a runner at first. Pitch inside, ball one. That was a nice play by Hockner. That ball wasn't fouled very high in the air, so he had to turn around quickly and locate it. And not a lot of room behind home plate here. One ball, no strikes. Pitch stays up high, ball two. Two 0 pitch. And rips that one foul out of play down the left field line. 2 balls and a strike. To Connor Simmons, the third baseman. That one lifted into the left field and caught by the left fielder. Good catch out there. For out number two. I want him to turn around so I can see his number, but he won't do it. So 2 outs. And that'll bring up Leo Canaganti for the runner at first base. The 2 outs, runner at first for Canaganti. One of the extra hitters for the TinCaps. And good pitch in there for strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Maddox Figget is right field. I can see his number. I can't read the left fielder's number just yet. No balls, 2 strikes to Canaganti. Foul back to the screen. Good cut to hang alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. Pitch from Cyrus. Brushed him off the plate. The count goes full. What am I saying? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man, the coffee wore off a long time ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Canaganti. Slow roller, scooped up by Cyrus, and the toss over to first in time. Everett Cyrus to William Gorder. The 1-3 putout retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And 1 more to left on base. Caught a glimpse. I believe it was Charlie Ockwood, the outfielder. I caught a glimpse of a 40-something. There's a 44. Charlie Ockwood, I believe, was the left fielder that made that catch. Want to try to give credit where credit is due. But in the inning, for the TinCaps, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, over to left on base. And we've got ourselves a 4-inning game at this point to go to the top half of the 3rd inning. No score. The mighty Muscles await. Muscles taking out the Lugnuts 12-2 in 4 innings in the early game. 10, 11, 12 hitters due up here for the Hot Rods in the top of the 3rd. Thank you again to Skylar Gillespie, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast, making sure that we're staying on the air and looking and sounding as good as we can. I mentioned Sue Event our technical director, how she's probably a little bit bored. She comes over here, brings Gentry a nice clean Vype shirt. I'm standing here, I got mud and dirt and sweat staining on mine from setting stuff up. No, I'm kidding. We're giving you a hard time. A busy night for us here at Vype once again. In addition to these games here in Houston, we've got UIL baseball playoff action going on tonight. Area round playoff games all across the state. Up in the DFW area, down near San Antonio, the Austin area. Didn't do any in Houston because all of our people are here. So, school year winding down. So somebody scored a run over at the Majors game. It's 1-0, whoever the visitors is. I'm not sure who that is. I've got a feeling the Dodgers might be leading that one 1-0 as they play in the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. As the first pitch to Maddox Fegan, the outfielder, misses for ball 1. Shows bunt and bunts it foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fringewood leading Houston Milby 4-1 in game number 1. By the way, talking about high school. San Antonio Johnson over Austin Bowie 2-0. Just some of the games going on tonight on Vype. Swinging a miss, strike 2. Two balls and a strike to Fegan. Swing and a miss for strike 3. On the 1-2 pitch, and Fegan is out on strikes for out number 1. Got a strikeout number 5, by the way, for Dylan Freeman. As Charlie Ockwood will step in. Looks at the first pitch in there, call strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch shows bunt and bunts to it. That should be strike 2. It is. No balls, 2 strikes. One and 2. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, just got a piece. No, I thought he got a piece of it, but I guess not. Swinging a miss, strike 3. The umpire's a lot closer than I am. 2 away, bases empty for Brooks Oakwood. 3 straight strikeouts for Freeman. 6 overall. Slow roll to right side. And that'll be a 3 unassisted. And Strip Harper came in, fielded a clean, and outraced Oakwood to the bag for the 3 unassisted. A quick, quiet 1-2-3 inning in the third for the Hot Rods. And we would go to the bottom half of inning number 3, still scoreless. For the TinCaps in their half of the third inning, it'll be the 10, 11, and back to the top of the order we go. And again, everybody bats. Only 9 fielders as usual, but everybody will bat. For both the majors and the minors. See a couple of the Pirates players here. They probably told their parents that they were scouting the opposition, but I think they're probably flirting with the girls. Just a hunch. Gary Farina, Ryan Swinback, and then the top of the order, and Dylan Freeman here. They go to the bottom half of the third inning. Center fielder Stuart Carey. Magus Stegan in right field. And I can assume that that's Charlie Oakwood again out in left field. It's either going to be him or Brooks Oakwood. And as usual, I'm completely wrong. It is Alex Sweetland this inning. So Sweetland, Carey, and Fegan the outfield left to right. Dan Rutherford, Ernest Gorda the infield third to first. Hockner behind the plate, and Everett Cyrus in the third inning of work. And he plunks Gary Farina on the top of the helmet on the first pitch. The runner aboard for Ryan Swinback. Okay, they're going to the bottom of the fourth over at the majors, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Astros. So the Astros scored 2 on the Dodgers. And they're going to the bottom of the fourth inning. The first pitch to Swinback was a strike, so strike 1. Showing bunt, and gets the bunt down. Bare hand pickup, throw to first in time. That was a nice play. No, they call him safe. The throw pulled him off the bag. So runners at first and second with nobody out. I thought it was a good bare hand pickup and a good clean throw. Yeah, that's going to draw a visit from the coach. I don't know about that one. They might get him to talk to the home plate umpire and see if he saw something different. I thought it was a nice bare hand pickup and a good throw. So as it stands, runners at first and second, they're going back to the top of the order. Well, the call's going to stand. So runners at first and second, back to the top of the order to Dylan Freeman we go. He was hit by a pitch and then doubled off later in the inning. Looks at the first pitch in there, call strike 1. Good cut. Fouls it back to the screen. Quickly 0-2 the count to Freeman. Trying to help his own cause here. Running at first and second with nobody out. TinCaps batting in the bottom half of the third inning. Oh, 2 pitch from Everett Cyrus. Off speed stays up high, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Freeman is out on strikes for out number 1. One away for Everett Wolcott. Wolcott lined into that double play in the first inning and a hard hit line shot to the third baseman. This ball lifted into shallow center field. And making the catch is the center fielder, Stuart Carey. Came in, stayed right with him. They're 2 away. So 2 outs running at first and second for Matthew McFall. McFall 1 for 1. He had the infield single in the first. Curveball misses for ball 1. Throws it over his head. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. That pitch in there for strike, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Misses inside, 3-1. Farina at second, Swinback at first. 2 outs, 3 balls, 1 strike to McFall, and that ball is hit through the shortstop. And everybody's going to be safe. Hard hit ball. And the base is loaded here for the TinCaps. As Trip Harper steps in, he had a single in the first. Bases loaded for the TinCaps with 2 outs. Farina at third, Swinback at second, McFall at first. That one poked in the shallow left field. Going to drop in there for a base hit. One run's going to score. They're going to send the second runner around. The throw coming in. Not in time. Both base runners are going to move up, and it's 2-0 in favor of the TinCaps. The 2 RBI single for Trip Harper scores Farina and Swinback. McFall moving up to third. Harper up to second on the throw home. 2-0 in favor of the TinCaps. Runners at second and third with 2 out for Dino Dwyer. Strike 1 to Dino Dwyer. Lined out to short in the first inning. Runners at second and third. TinCaps looking for more. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. The count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Lifted left side, and it's going to get out of play. And the count remains 0-2. The ball, 2 strikes to Dwyer. Ground ball left side. Bare hand pick up the throw to first. In time, nice play. 6-3 put out. That was a nice play. I believe it was Rutherford coming in. Sometimes hard to see from this angle. But a nice bare hand pickup on a slow roller. And the 6-3 put out retires the side. But not before the TinCaps pick up a couple of runs They get it on just one hit, helped out by a couple of errors. 2 runners left on base. We play through 3 halfway through this one. We'll go to the 4th inning. 2-0 in favor of the TinCaps. So it'll be the top of the order to up for the Hot Rods, who find themselves trailing at 2-0. Really could have been worse if you're a Hot Rod fan. And they'll have the top of the order to up here. Cyrus, Hockner, and Dean due up. Cedar Park has defeated Medina Valley from the San Antonio area 5-0 in game number 1. Top of the 5th inning, Friendswood leading Houston Milby 4-1. And top of the 3rd inning. And top of the 3rd inning, Bowie trailing Johnson of San Antonio 2-0. One of those weird little quirks. There's the San Antonio Johnson Jaguars, the Buda Johnson Jaguars, and the LBJ Jaguars out of Austin. What does LBJ stand for? You guessed it, Johnson. I get the San Antonio Johnson Jaguars and the LBJ Jaguars. When Buda Johnson came in, could they have not come up with something different? They're right between San Antonio and Austin. I don't understand. These are the things that keep me up at night, Gentry. Two runs on 4 hits, no errors. 5 runners left on base for the TinCaps through the first 3 innings of play. No runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 3 runners on base for the Hot Rods. And we've got a new pitcher in here, by the way, for the TinCaps. It is Everett Wolcott, the shortstop, moving over to take over pitching duties from Freeman. So that means it's time to figure out who went where. Trip Harper still at first. Number 1 is now playing shortstop for the TinCaps. That's Matthew McFall. So McFall moves out from behind home plate to take over shortstop duties. Swinback still at second, Harper still at first. And the first pitch misses outside, ball 1 to Everett Cyrus. I'm wondering if maybe Dylan Freeman went to the catcher position. There's a slow roll to the right side, took a funny hop. But it'll be a 4-3 put out, swing back to Trip Harper for out number 1. One away for Lee Hockner. Hockner 0 for 1, popped out to first. And the first pitch missed for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Hockner. Misses at the count, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to Lee Hockner. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 out top of the 4th and a 2-0 ball game. TinCaps on top of the Hot Rods here, and that one fouled back to the screen. The count 2-2. Two now on the major semifinal. Dodgers have tied it up in the 4th inning. Still batting. Looks like they've got the bases loaded. 2-2 pitch. Popped up, and can he track it down? Cannot. Out of the reach of the catcher, who I suspect might be Dylan Freeman. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes from Everett Wolcott. Up high, ball 3. Three and 2. 1 out, base is empty. The pitch from Wolcott. Missed outside, ball 4, and it's going to be a walk. Six strikeouts, by the way, for Dylan Freeman in his 3 innings of work. As Charlie Dean steps in. Had a single in his first at-bat. Takes the first pitch in there for call strike 1. A 1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch gets back to the backstop. And 2 balls and a strike. Two one pitch. That one on the left field line. That is a fair ball. It's going to get down into the corner. Riding third and heading for home is Hochner. Nobody can hold him there. As the left fielder getting to the baseball very quickly. To hold that to a double. Runners at second and third with 1 away. Right down the left field line. So Hochner at third, Dean at second with 1 out, and Josh Ernest will step in. Ernest 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. And the pitch up high, ball 1. One 0 pitch. That one fouled back to the screen. 1-1 the count. Hochner at third. Dean at second base. 1 out. TinCaps hanging on to a 2-run lead, but the tying runs are aboard here with just 1 away. That one fouled back, and the count now 1-2. They're going to the 5th inning of the Majors game, still tied now 2-2. Winner of that one moves out of the championship game on Sunday night against the Pirates. One ball, 2 strikes to Ernest. Just missed outside, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Up high, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. First base is open. Wolcott trying to get the strikeout here, and does. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 out, number 2. That's a big second out right there. 2 outs, runners have to hold, and that'll bring up outfielder Alex Sweetland. Sweetland 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Brushes him off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Up high, ball 2. Two balls and a strike to Sweetland. Down low, ball 3. Again, first base is open. Runners at second and third. Astros are down at the top of the fifth. Dodgers will come up at the bottom of the fifth. Still 2-2 in the major semifinal. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Or check that, strike 2. Pardon me. It was 3-1 pitch. So the count now full to Sweetland. Three balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. Swung on and foul tipped. They'll rewind the carousel and do it again. Three-two pitch again. In there, call, strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Everett Wolcott. Throws Sweetland at the plate, and the inning is over. So in the inning for the Hot Rods, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. They've left some base runners. And we would go to the bottom half of the 4th inning with the TinCaps looking to build on a 2-0 lead. Eighth strikeout of the night for the TinCap pitching staff. Freeman has 6 of them. Wolcott had 2 in that inning. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 hitters to up here for the TinCaps. Casas, Goodrum, and Simmons looking to build on that 2-0 lead. So Everett Casas will step in to lead off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Casas, 1 for 1 with an infield single. Everett Cyrus has gone the distance thus far, and that first pitch misses up high, ball 1. 2-0. That ball ripped down the left field line, slicing, but foul. The count 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Casas. Two pitch. That ball lifted into shallow center field, and it's going to drop it. It actually dropped between the center and left fielder's gloves, and that's going to be a double to center field off the bat of Everett Casas. So that'll bring up Johnny Goodrum with a runner at second base and nobody out. Yeah, that pitch in there for call strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Goodrum. Oh, went to the count. Wow, that looked way up high. Wow. Called out on strikes. For out number 1, that'll bring up Connor Simmons. I don't have a dog in this hunt. That looked like a missed call to me. 1 away as Connor Simmons will step in, runner at second. One ball, no strikes to Simmons. Ground ball, left side, but foul. And the county was up 1-1. One and two the count. That one fouled again. The 1-2 pitch. Missed outside, 2-2. Two and two. Foul to the left side. Two balls and two strikes. That one lifted out of play to the left. Two balls and two strikes. Swing and a miss, strike three. And Simmons is out. Pulled the string on that one. Two away for Leo Canaganti. Pitch up high, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. And popped up and caught by the pitcher coming off the mound. And that will end the inning. Mechanigetti pops out to Everett Cyrus. The leadoff double is wasted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors over to left on base. And we will go to the top half of the 5th inning. Still 2-0 in favor of the TinCaps. Thank you. Trying to take care of a little administrative stuff here, double duty here. We go to the top half of the 5th inning, a 2-0 ball game. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up here for the Hot Rods. William Gorder, Avery Rutherford, and Thomas Weathers due up here in the top of the 5th. And the first pitch in the call, strike 1 to Gorder, who's 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher back in the 2nd inning. Gorder, Rutherford, Weathers here in the top half of the 5th inning. Hot Rods out of their final 6 outs, trailing at 2-0. That ball slapped but fouled on the left field line, the count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. No 2 pitch. Up high, ball 1. 1-2. Down low, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gorder. Brushed him off the ball. Caught the piece of the inside corner. I think it fooled him. And Gorder's out on strikes for out number 1. That is strikeout number 3 for Everett Wolcott, who's picking up right where Dylan Freeman left off. 1 away for Avery Rutherford. Still tied 2-2 going to the 6th inning over at the major semifinal game. 1 ball, no strike here to Rutherford. Pitch up high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And misses up high, 3-0. Three and 0. High and away, ball 4, and the Hot Rods have the first base runner of the inning. That is only the 2nd walk allowed by TinCap pitching. 1 out, runner at first for Thomas Weathers. hit by pitches on the other at bat. That pitch in there for a strike. Strike one to Weathers. And did that hit him, or is it going to be a foul ball? I think he tried to duck out of the way. Yeah, it hit the bat as he was falling away. That's a tough break if you're Weathers. No balls, 2 strikes. Coach making sure that he's okay. Rutherford at first with 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. And time is called. All right, so no balls, 2 strikes. Weathers digs back in from the right side. Everett Wolcott with the pitch. Ground ball. Fielded by second to throw to first. In time, the 4-3 double play. Ryan Swinback to his right. Fielded on the dead run, planted the right foot on the bag and fired a strike over to Trip Harper. And the 4-3 double play gets him out of the inning. The pitcher's best friend. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We will go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. TinCaps still leading it 2-0, looking for more. They'd love to get an extra insurance run or 2 here as we head to the 6th. Merle Bergstrand along with Gentry Williams here at the ballpark. Looks like, yes indeed, Everett Cyrus is going to stay on the hill on for his 5th inning of work. Done a good job. He scattered the 5 hits. Defense has let him down a little bit. He's had 2 strikeouts in the ball game, actually 3. He's only allowed 1 walk. He's hit 1 batter. And he's got to hold the fort right here, keep it a 2-0 ball game. Looking ahead to the top of the 6th inning, the Hot Rods will send up the bottom of their order. So 9, 10, and 11 due up for the Hot Rods. They don't want to fall behind any further than 2 runs. Charlie Dean at third. Avery Rutherford is short. Josh Ernest at second base. William Gorder at first. Right field I can see is Alex Sweetland. Center fielder is Thomas Weathers. And as usual, I have no clue who's playing left. I think it's Charlie Ockwood. Number 7, Stuart Carey. That's what I meant. And now they've changed, actually, as they sometimes do. Maddox Fegan back in at right field now. All right, so here we go. Gary Farina to lead it off for the TinCaps here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 10-11 one-hitters due up for the TinCaps, and the first pitch misses, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike one. One ball and one strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. Dodgers do not score in the sixth inning, so we have an extra innings in the Majors semifinal number 2. And Farina strikes out for out number 1. Missed that while I was looking over at the field next door, so one away, and that'll bring up Ryan Swinback. 0 for 1, but he reached on an error in the third and scored. That ball lifted into right field. That's going to drop down and get to the wall. Swinback is going to round first, heading into second, and he is going to pull up there. Ooh, the throw hits him right in the chest on one hop. I guess he's okay. So Swinback with a one-out double to right center field. And back to the top of the order, and Dylan Freeman will go. Bottom of the fourth inning, Frenchwood leading Milby 6-1 in game 1 of their area round matchup. As Freeman steps in, 0 for 1 struck out, also hit by a pitch in the first. That pitch in there, call strike one. Oh, one pitch. That ball hit to right field. That's pretty well tagged. Oh, off the glove and going to roll against the wall. Rounding third, heading for home is Swinback. Pulling up at second and rounding second, heading for third is Freeman. He's going to try for the inside parking. No, he's going to hold up at third. So Freeman with an RBI triple. Makes it now 3-0 as Swinback scores a big, big insurance run. And that'll bring up Everett Wolcott. Okay, they're going to send it back to second. The ball was... It's going to be called a ground rule double. So they're going to put Freeman back at second. They haven't put the run up on the scoreboard, however. It should be 3-0 as Everett Wolcott will step in. They haven't put Swinback's run on the board. Should be 3. There, they put it up there. So it's ruled a ground rule double. The ball got pinned up underneath the fence. So it's a dead ball. Swinback is allowed to score the third run of the ball game. Freeman has to go back to second. So runner at second base, 1 run in, 1 out. 3-0 now. The TinCaps on top. Looks like they're going to stay with Everett Cyrus here. So Freeman at second, 1 out, and Everett Wolcott will step in. He is over 2, but he's hit the ball hard twice. Lined out to third, flew out to left. TinCaps trying to put this thing away. First pitch in there, letter high strike 1. That ball out into center field for a base hit. Freeman had to hold momentarily. They're going to send him home. They'll throw to the plate. Now they got to come up between third and home. The throw back, but he gets back in. The ball goes out in the outfield. The run's going to score anyway. And they're going to send the second runner on. No, he's going to hold up. And it's going to be 4-0. So an RBI base hit for Wolcott to score Freeman, who momentarily had to hold up. And on the throw home, Wolcott winds up over at third base. So 4-0 TinCaps. Runner at third. And Matthew McFall will step in. That ball slapped into left field. That's going to score a run. So a single for McFall to score at Wolcott. And that makes it now 5-0. And that's going to do it for Everett Cyrus. He's pitched his guts out, but he's run out of gas here. As the TinCaps have erupted for 3 runs here in the 5th inning. And it opened up a 5-0 lead. Going to the bottom half of the 7th inning next door, still tied up 2-2. Winner moves on to take on the Pirates on Sunday night. New pitcher for the Hot Rods is going to be Charlie Dean. Everett Cyrus pitched well, just ran out of gas here in this 5th inning. We'll see how they shift their defense around. Dean had moved over to third base. Looks like Gorda's going to stay at first. We'll see how they break the huddle here. So Gorda's going to stay at first. It looks like Cyrus is going to move to second. At third base is Josh Ernest, number 2. Which leads me to believe that Avery Rutherford has moved back to shortstop. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Trip Harper. McFall at first base, still just 1 out, 3 runs in the inning. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike to Harper. Well, 1 pitch. Up high, ball 2. And on the solo base, the ball goes out in the outfield. He's going to head over to third. He's going to make it there. They're going to send him on home. The throw coming in. Up, they're going to cut it off. Throw back to third. They got him caught up in a rundown. Back to the catcher. The third. And what do they call? They call him safe. So McFall steals second base. The ball got out to the outfield. Then they caught him in a rundown. And eventually McFall scores. So 6-0, base is empty. And the count remains 2-1 to Trip Harper. Swung on, lifted up against the screen for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still just 1 out in the inning. Two balls, 2 strikes to Harper. Harper, by the way, 2 for 2 on the night with a 2 RBI single. That came in the third. Up until this inning, that was the only 2 runs of the ball game. Had a good cut there and fouled it back to the screen. The count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brushed him back and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Down low, we lost him. So Harper trots down to first base for the 3rd time tonight. That'll bring up Dino Dwyer. He is 0 for 2 in the night, lined out to short, grounded out to short. Good cut, fouls it back to the screen, strike 1. Dodgers have the winning run at first base with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. On the field next door, no balls and a strike. Missed outside, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Two one pitch. Pop foul down the 3rd baseline, and the count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Dino Dwyer. Ground ball up the middle and out into the outfield. Rounding second, heading for 3rd is Harper. He's going to pull up there. Runners at the corners with 2 away. As Dino Dwyer slaps a single to the right. The runners at 1st and 3rd for Everett Casas. Casas has had a good game. He's 2 for 2. Infield single, also a double. TinCaps have erupted for 4 runs here in this 5th inning. Really trying to put it out of reach now. And pitch misses down low, ball 1. No throw. It'll be a stolen base for Dwyer. Ground ball left side, scooped up. They're going to go home to throw to the plate. Not in time. Ball gets loose, but nothing doing. And moving up to second base is going to be Casas. And it's going to be an RBI fielder's choice as Trip Harper comes home. 7-0, and Johnny Goodrum will step in. And don't look now, but Goodrum represents the winning run. Rounding 3rd, heading for home, and the Dodgers have won the ball game next door. The Dodgers have defeated the Astros 3-2 in 7 innings, and they will take on the Pirates in the Majors Division Championship game. In the call, strike 1 to Goodrum. Showing bunt, and the pitch up over his head. Should be 1 ball, 1 strike. Scoreboard only shows 1-0. 1-1 pitch. That ball ripped out in the left field. That's for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. They're going to send the second runner around. The throw to the plate is cut off. It is 9-0, and the winning run's at second base. He's going to head for 3rd. As the ball gets loose behind home plate, he's going to pull up there. So Goodrum with the 2 RBI single to score Dwyer and Casas to make it 9-0. And that's going to be the ball game. A 7-run inning, maybe. That's the ball game. So 9-0 is your final score. As the TinCaps have defeated the Hot Rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 7-run outburst in the 5th inning. And that is going to do it. So it will be the TinCaps against the Mighty Muscles in our championship game, which I now understand is 5 o'clock on Sunday night. So we'll have that game for you here on Vype. What a ball game. It was close early, 2-0 until this inning. And then the TinCaps erupted for 7 to put it away. So 2-run ball games. And 9-0 final score. The TinCaps had defeated the Hot Rods. Congratulations to the Hot Rods on a great season. I want to thank Gentry Williams, our producer. I want to thank Ryan and Alex, our camera operator, Sid Vincounter, our technical director, Shane Hildreth, and everybody with Vype Media. My name is Merle Bertrand signing out. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you Sunday night for more baseball on Championship Sunday right here on the Vype Live Network. Good night, everybody.